Hey there, it's Faith Talk Live. I'm Rick Probst.
And I'm Dan Ratcliffe.
You're watching YouTube Live or Facebook Live. There on the screen is Wes Hampton. He is part of the Gaither Vocal Band. Been apart since what, 2005, Wes?
Yeah, I can't believe it. It's been, I feel like a little kid when I say it this way, but it's been 16 and a half years. Yeah, that's how old I am. I'm 16.3, no, 16 and a half years. So yeah, May of 2005 was when I first auditioned for them.
So you first started when you were like 5 years old, is that right? Because you look really young now.
It was more around 8, but thank you.
8, okay.
No.
Well, I was close.
No, I was still a kid. I was 27 when I auditioned. So
wow.
Yeah, I'm one of the old guys in the group now.
It's interesting because I was going to ask you when you auditioned. I'm assuming you auditioned for Bill, and how was that? Were you nervous at all, or was it like, I've got this? It's a piece of cake.
It was kind of somewhere in the middle. I was so thankful to have that opportunity, and it was also such a surreal moment for me, thinking, okay, I'm singing in front of this legend, a living legend, an icon, Bill Gaither. So I had met previously the week before with Guy Penrod at his house. And, got to meet him and his 30 kids. It was great. And so I kind of got the nerves settled after that initial meeting. So meeting Bill actually wasn't as big of a nerve-wracking thing as it would have been had I not met with Guy before. So that spanned 7 weeks of me auditioning.
Wow.
And my final audition, get this, my final audition was last Graham Crusade in New York City. That was my final audition. So there was absolutely no pressure at all.
Yeah, really.
Now, just last week, and we want to talk about the concert that's coming up Friday night at First Baptist Church Woodstock. It is Wes Hampton with the Gaither Vocal Band. We had Mark Lowry on. Was it last week or the week before, Dan?
Week before, yeah.
Had you met Mark before, and how was that first initial, wow, that's Mark Lowry?
Yeah, well, I grew up a huge Gaither fan, huge vocal band fan. So I had met Mark numerous times just going to concerts as a fan. So when I officially I'm trying to remember when I officially met him as part of the group. I honestly cannot remember when that was, but it was such a comfortable thing.
Yeah.
If you ever met Mark, you kind of feel like he knows you when he meets you. He just kind of makes you feel that way,
right,
in the first place. So he and I have had a great friendship through these years. I never thought that I would be friends with him because I grew up watching his comedy videos, and I was honestly a really big fan of his singing voice. I thought he was always one of the most underrated singers in gospel music. I think he has an amazing voice, and I think that kind of gets overlooked because of the comedy stuff. So to have the opportunity to sing with him I think I sang with Mark for 4 years or so, 5 years in the vocal band before he left the second time.
Yeah.
And he's just a very dear friend, very dear friend.
So tell us how you got into music in the first place. I guess go back before your audition. How did you fall in love with Southern gospel music? Did you grow up singing? How'd you get into it?
I did not grow up singing. I grew up around music. I grew up with parents who had an appreciation for great music. So we listened to all types of music, just not gospel. We listened to, Whitney Houston and Billy Joel and Elton John and America, just great music. And there was also a lot of gospel music in that as well. Tons of Steve Green, Larnell. And I really found myself gravitating towards Steve Green. I loved his voice. I loved his songs. I loved his music. And my parents took me to a ton of Steve's concerts growing up. So I was really fascinated with him and, again, loved his music, but never really considered singing. I went to school to be a doctor. So that shows you my plans. I didn't start singing until I was about 14, 15 with some encouragement from my parents. And then I just started singing in this local gospel group of my friends. Basically, we were kids singing. And we would go around and sing these churches in the Southeast. It was so fun. And then that really just grew into a love of it. But I thought, well, I will never be in the vocal band. I was a massive vocal band fan. But I never thought that I would ever sing with them. So that just wasn't even an option. So I thought, I'm going to go to school, be a doctor. That's what I want to do. And then my junior year of college, God totally redirected me. He made me take a left where I was going to go right. And I finished my degree in all things in psychology and music, not wondering what I was going to do, not knowing what I was going to do with my life.
Yeah.
And little did I know, a few years later, that door would open to audition for the vocal band. So it really just, people ask, how did you get started? How do I get started in gospel music? And I say, well, this is a pretty simplistic answer, but it was all God. It literally fell out of the sky into my lap. And all I had to do was walk through the door. It wasn't something I was pursuing. It felt like it was almost pursuing me. So I feel so honored to get to do this. And I feel like that God has placed me in this position. So I take it very seriously. People, when I meet people there, this is sad to me, but when I meet a lot of people, they're surprised that I'm just kind of a normal, nice guy. And I think, well, why wouldn't I? Why wouldn't I be nice?
Yeah.
So I'm just very, very grateful to get to do what I do, honestly. Yeah. And it's just been amazing. This ride I've had for over 16 years now. And I just got off the phone with Bill literally 20 minutes ago, and he's excited about this weekend, 85, and still excited as a kid about what he gets to do.
That's amazing.
I heard an interview. It was about a month ago with Bill. I can't remember the show, but he sounded like a kid. I mean, he's the Energizer Bunny. He
is. He wears us out.
Wes Hampton, part of the Gaither Vocal Band, they're going to be at the First Baptist Church in Woodstock on Friday. This Friday, December the 3rd at 7 p.m. All right, if you'll check out Wes's website, it's weshampton.com. You'll see recipes because he likes to. I love that recipes.
Get it?
Yes, I get it.
Yeah, we got it. All right. So I'm assuming, did you cook for Thanksgiving, and will you be cooking for Christmas, or how does that work in the Hampton household?
I am the cook in our house. My wife does not object. We have 4 boys, so there's lots of food being consumed in our house every single week, every single day. And we actually love to camp. So we don't camp in a tent. I grew up doing that and I hated it. We glamp. We go in a camper.
Yeah,
that's my kind of camping right there.
Yes. Air conditioner, heater, full bathroom, kitchen, all that. It's fantastic. So we went camping all Thanksgiving week, about an hour north of Birmingham at this beautiful state park. It was awesome. We camped with some friends. They brought some food. We brought some food. We were very non-traditional. So I did not cook much at all for Thanksgiving, which is not the norm for me. Not the norm, but I plan on making up for it at Christmas for sure.
So what's the one thing at Christmas that your family's like, if you don't make this, it's just not going to be Christmas without it?
I do these homemade cinnamon rolls that put Cinnabon to shame. I'm just going to say it.
Wow, throwing down the gauntlet there. I like
I know, and I stand behind that. Behind that.
Wow. Cinnamon rolls.
They really are good. They're just amazing. So that's one thing I make every Christmas that people kind of expect. And if they don't, I might as well just leave.
So what time should Rick and I be there Christmas morning?
We're there.
I think you get here sometime around noon. I like to make sure all the presents are open and cleaned up. Yeah. So
gotcha.
We're in Atlanta and you're in Birmingham. That's just a stone's throw. So
absolutely. Yes.
Yeah. All right, so Christmas 2021, are you going to be staying home? And what does Hampton Christmas look like these days with 4 boys that go through a gallon of milk in what, a day?
About.
Yeah.
It's unreal. This is funny you mentioned that because 2 days ago, my wife and I were talking about this, and she mentioned traveling around Christmas, and I looked at her. I said, "Nope." She knows that I do not travel at Christmas.
Yeah.
I said, "Babe, I travel, as you know, a lot for my job, and the last thing I'm going to do at Christmas is be on the road. So I refuse to leave my house at Christmas or any time around it. I will be home." And that really is one of our traditions. Is we don't leave the house Christmas. We stay at home unless there's some desperate run for batteries at the store,
which always happens.
You never have enough batteries. So basically, everybody comes to our house, and I stay here and just let them. Hey, I love you, but I'm not leaving my house.
Yeah, I don't blame you. I would too. Yeah,
because we did it one year. We got on the road the 26th of December, and I just thought, I am never ever doing this again.
Yeah.
It was just hectic and stressful. I thought, this is not what the holidays need to be. This
Yeah.
needs to be a time of family and enjoying and relaxing. So I kind of stood my ground.
Good man.
Good call. We got to go to a break here in a second, Wes, but what do you got? 4 boys. I'm not sure the ages. I have 3 myself. Dan has 1. What's on the top of the list for gifts for boys this year?
Well, our oldest is very tough. He's almost 18 and he's not giving us anything. So we're trying to figure out what we're doing for him. But the big thing for our youngest 2, they both want an Xbox.
Yeah. Okay.
And those are not cheap.
No, they're not. Not at all.
So that's the big wish list for them. And then our second oldest loves baseball, so he's asked for tons of baseball stuff. Batting tees and gloves. That stuff's expensive.
Yes,
Yeah,
it is.
Crazy, man. I don't know what I was thinking having all these kids. I'm kidding. I love them.
We're gonna have a GoFundMe for Wes.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Well,
exactly.
There. Hey, check out the Gaither Vocal Band coming up this Friday at the First Baptist Church of Woodstock, 7 p.m.
7 p.m.
Wes will be there, of course. Bill, Mark Lowry will be there. The entire crew there,
Yeah,
and
amazing. Neelands.
Neelands, everybody. Gaither.com is the place to go to, and go to Wes's and check out his stuff. His Recipes and more. WesHampton.com. Wes, what a pleasure. You're a rock star. We'd love to talk to you again.
Likewise, guys. Thank you so much. I very much enjoyed it. Thank you, Dan.
Thanks,
Thank
buddy.
you, Rick.
Merry
Appreciate it.
Christmas. We'll be back. I'm Rick Probst.
And I'm Dan Ratcliffe.
This is Faith Talk Live.